Yeah.
Are you guys ready to get f***ed with a knife? What? No.
Shit.
Goddamn you, Micah! Hey, welcome back to We Watched a Movie.
Mike!
That's right. We're going to be talking about the best openings
Say my name.
of Scream.
It's Mike, Sydney.
Scream, bitch!
What is the best Scream opening of all time?
I don't know, Mike.
We're going to rank all 4 of them before Scream 5 comes out in January, and it's going to be awesome. I believe that in my cockles. But which one's the best?
Who's there?
We know which one's the best. There's not really.
It's pretty
the
easy.
original Scream movie.
It's
So we'll
pretty
start
easy.
from the top. All right. The best Scream opening is obviously Scream 1.
But poor Steve, I'm afraid he's out.
Drew Barrymore shows up. You don't know anything about the movie. You have no idea about the franchise. Horrors in the gutter. All right. And
She's got some popcorn going. She's got some big old boobies in a white sweater.
I thought you didn't have a boyfriend.
I lied. I do have a boyfriend, and he'll be here any second, so your ass better be good.
Sure.
They kill off Drew Barrymore in the opening of the movie, and not only do they kill her off, I'm gonna cough again.
You know when you're coughing, like exactly how you're acting is how the executive producers acted when Wes Craven said, "We're gonna kill off Drew Barrymore" in the beginning. They're like,
What?
"What?
On my mother's end.
It was a $50 million script."
Listen, that opening set the tone for that entire movie, which set the tone for the entire 90s horror resurgence. That opening is one of the greatest horror.
One of the greatest stories.
You got Halloween. It could be the greatest horror opening of all time. That's another thing.
Ooh, I don't know about that one, man.
Comment on down below.
Calm your dick down.
What's the greatest horror opening of all time?
Down,
I wouldn't
Pumbaa.
argue with you if you said Scream.
Down, Pumbaa.
Down, Gunther. Down. I wouldn't argue with you
Greatest.
if you said it was.
God
Hey,
damn,
I'm
dude.
just saying, it's pretty fucking classic.
It's good, but
Like, I know it's the 90s, so people don't look at it with the reverence of like 70s and 80s and earlier horror, but it made a bigger impact than I would argue that the opening to Scream made a bigger impact than any horror opening of any movie of all time ever. Sans maybe Halloween. Halloween, I'll argue with you, but apart from Halloween, I don't know what's better. The opening of Scream alone.
shot.
Doesn't just kill her, but it kills her in heinous fashion.
Yeah.
It introduces the phone, it introduces Ghostface, it introduces his voice, it shows you how mean the movie's gonna be, and it sets the entire franchise on a course for fucking greatness. Scream is the best opening, the original.
I feel like Scream 1 was the first time that anybody that's never had Monster in their life drains it and then says, "I'm gonna go play basketball."
But poor Steve.
Because you're like, hey man, this took off from 0 to 60 in fucking no time. You're like, holy shit! I gotta fucking play 21 basketball and I don't even know if I got the right shoes for it.
Michael.
Yes!
They flipped that shit on his fucking head and now you're
I saw that
inside.
movie 20 goddamn times!
I'm in a different dimension and I didn't know I was in this dimension. Those are supposed to be outside this dimension. That's what makes this memorable, was the fact that they literally asked the question, Friday the 13th and Halloween, to, you know, a movie inside of a movie, and that's what sets it on its head to me. As an opening, classic as fuck, and that is why Scream is definitely, it will for always be in the hierarchy of great horror films of all time.
It's one of the greatest horror openings of all time. The fact that, dude, she gets gutted and murdered and hung from a tree while her parents are within footsteps of fucking helping her out.
And that is what sets the tone for the entire movie, and that, my friends,
say it.
is why it's number 1 on this fucking list. If
Jay.
you don't like it, suck skeet orcs.
I think it's the best horror opening of all time.
Oh,
fuck
damn.
you! I know it's Halloween and Scream, and I think it's Scream then Halloween
I think
because
you're-
Halloween, the follow-up was, you know, was what it was, but I'm just gonna say Scream. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Mike,
Scream's my favorite horror opening.
You're wearing a Tropicana Sun shirt. We're not on Casey Kasem's radio.
It's bleeding into my skin.
We're not on Casey Kasem radio.
In my hole.
Don't say that,
Roger.
Don't put yourself there.
Don't be sad. Have a French fry.
I don't want one.
Listen to me.
Just be careful.
Number
okay?
two.
What did you just trip the landmine in Vietnam?
I know it's
don't
dangerous,
be stupid.
but I like to play with fire and nuts.
You're gonna say that's better than how you're gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it, Jay. I'm gonna fucking
Christ.
say it. Look, Halloween's a better movie, but Scream had a better opening.
I know.
I'm gonna do it.
You know what?
Here I am.
I know you're lying.
This is me.
I know you're lying.
Accept me.
I know. I don't accept you because your left eyebrow twitched.
I'm gonna cross my nuts. I'm gonna do the mangina.
Yep.
And you're gonna accept me.
And I don't agree because you didn't use Crisco at all. It's a lie. Don't come in here. God damn, dude, your fucking fingers smell like shitty old suntanning lotion.
Scream, as far as the Scream franchise go, number one's the best. No one's gonna disagree. If you disagree, you're wrong.
Here's a shocker. What's number 2? Scream 2.
Scream
wow,
2.
That's a big one.
Now, that being said, dude, I have a lot of qualms to the opening of Scream 2.
What?
Well, I'll get to it.
Stab?
I'll get to it, but let me say this. The coolest part about the Scream 2 opening is that the opening to Scream 2 is the single greatest cinema meta experience that has ever been had.
It's really good.
There's a giant fucking animatronic thing outside doing the stab thing.
Yeah.
They go inside, they give you, when you show up to pay your tickets, they give you a whole full fucking Scream robe outfit.
Yeah, that never happens in our town.
Fuck, ever, anywhere.
Fucking cheap bastards. Those costumes at least would cost $70 at Spirit Halloween.
40 for sure.
At least.
You walk in, and not only is the crowd going nuts, there's a bunch of people wearing the outfits, doing the stab Scream thing, there's popcorn flying everywhere. It is the greatest cinema experience of all time. And then you go up front and they're like Screamo-Vision, and the guys are putting the spotlight on everybody, and like the thunder is in the theater. It's like a Universal Studios ride.
Again, Scream 2, classic opening because it brought back the meta in such a great way.
Now here's the problems I have with it. Like, first off, Jada Pinkett Smith. All right, annoying as fuck. Maybe the most annoying character.
I don't like her because she cheated on Will Smith.
I don't like that either. Throughout the entire Scream franchise, I think Jada Pinkett Smith is the most annoying character. But here's another problem I have with it. He goes into the bathroom, right? And they did a play off this in Scary Movie 2.
The wiener?
He goes into the... Yeah, he's ridiculous. He goes into the bathroom, he sees the dude... And this is an awesome scene. He sees the two Ghostface guys standing there, and they both turn to him. He's like, all right.
That's a cool scene, though. That was a cool scene.
It's an awesome scene. And he hears something whispering. And if you turn on the closed caption, you can hear something like, I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry, mommy. He leans over and listens, and Ghostface, through a plastic stall that's like this fucking thick, I got Thor's hair on me, through a plastic stall that's like this thick, Ghostface somehow knows where he's listening, where his ear hole is, and is somehow able to stab through thick plastic right into his ear hole.
Well, here's the thing.
Totally unbelievable.
I don't believe that's the stole wood is made of that thick of plastic.
It's like plastic, like...
No, I think it's styrofoam wood. I think it's very fucking thin. And also because why would they spend that much money? And two, if the guy wanted to kill the dude anyway, maybe he was... If you put your ear like this...
There's no way in fuckville that you would know where my head was on the other side of that wall. Close your eyes.
What? No.
Close your eyes.
No. What about this? What if there was like a light and he could see his fucking shadow on the other side? Like there's a possibility. Like who knows how fucking thin that was?
Was he fucking Bill Nye?
Yes, he was. He put on some X-ray goggles and he said, "It's either my knife or it's my dick." And let me tell you something else.
Stupid.
It's
dumb.
No, it's not.
I like it, but it's dumb, Jay.
It kind of is, but you know what? The whole movie is dumb because there shouldn't have been a Scream 2 either way.
I disagree with that.
No. What if there was no Scream 2?
What
we would
if
have a
you
legendary
did?
movie. Anyway, yeah, I get that, but at the same time, I'm looking at like logically, like why he could have seen it. It's possible that he had really good hearing, and two, we've all been in stalls, especially at like we go to Regal Cinemas or whatever. Those fucking things are not made out of quality wood. That shit is like basic level Lowe's.
It's like plastic, so like it'd be really hard to stab through that inch thick of plastic.
But dude, if you were in the next stall and you moved around and like I could probably hear your fucking stupid face if you pressed it.
You think you could actually stab through the plastic and actually nail the spot where my tiny little head was, and then fucking
you have a big head.
Perfect. I do have have a big
but
head.
no, your ear.
But if you, there's no
Yes.
way in fuckville, dude.
I swear to God.
No way in hell. So that scene is dumb.
I feel like it's more plausible than some of the other scenes that come up. But okay.
I like the scene. It's cool. But when you look at it semantically, it makes no fucking sense that he knew exactly where he was going to be listening and was able to stab through that and get to exactly.
Well, maybe
I'm just saying.
Maybe he was hooked
Think
on
about
phonics. And by the way that scene plays out was a great kill scene. You know, when she's standing up in front of the screen and she's screaming and she's bleeding out.
It's dark.
I loved it. And I also loved the way the camera zoomed in on all the patrons and they were like, nothing's wrong. And they're like, oh shit,
That one girl had blood and she was like,
yeah, it kind of looked like finally when someone realizes, hey, someone ate the bad Twizzler. The music is flaring up and it's like that very somber music and she's sitting there, her fucking guts are falling out.
Yeah.
And then finally they realize, hey, it's real. And I feel like that was Wes Craven poking fun at the fact that people have become so like distant from the actual horrors of real life. Even today, because people have become so desensitized to what's going on in the news.
Imagine being stabbed in front of all these people and you're looking while you're being stabbed, you're bleeding out, and you're seeing a bunch of people with the mask on of the person who killed you, stabbing and doing this, and then Scream 2.
Basically, Jada Pinkett Smith acted out Will Smith's insides when he found out that she was cheating on him. And then we get into the shittier ones. And by the way, I don't think it's a secret now.
Top heavy.
I think that you figure out, because I don't want to spend that much time talking about it. Scream 3 is the next opening scene that we feel is number 3 on the slot.
Yeah.
Look, Cotton Weary shows up. He's talking on a car phone. He looks like he just got off of the national invitation of I Didn't Make It in Tennis with wearing all white. He's a DJ. It's fucking terrible. It's not
Carson
bad.
Daly.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's,
For horror crime.
he looks like Carson Daly mixed with Ryan Seacrest. It's not good. And then gets a phone call. It's Ghostface. He's like, I'm gonna fuck Christine up, and he's like, don't you touch her. I'm gonna get home soon. And then you have this whole oh God, you know, and you're watching it, and you're like, dude, please do something else. Like maybe Sydney shows up with a shotgun. I don't fucking know. Like do something, and nothing happens except exactly how you feel it's gonna go. And you know what? It sets the precedence for a shitty movie.
Yeah,
it's a shitty movie.
But it is one of the best parts of that movie. I will say that, and like it's not great, and it doesn't compare at all to Scream 1 and 2 as far as the openings go. But the only thing I'll give this movie credit for is that it was Cotton. It was a main.
That was the only.
It was a main character, and it was Liev Schreiber, who's a fucking badass actor, and you cared about him because he's such an intricate part of the first 2 movies.
Yeah.
And what he's going through. Not only that, but they also introduced the voice changer, because that was a really cool scene where Cotton shows up and she thinks it's him, and Ghostface is using the voice changer, and he's like,
talking about how much fun it's gonna be to rip your insides out. Now open the fucking door, Christine!
he has the voice changer so we can switch between Cotton and Ghostface or whatever, and that was a new wrinkle. So that was innovative at the time for that moment. That was cool. I like that. But the whole fight between Cotton and Ghostface, when he shows up, he hits him with a golf club, they knock over the fucking shelf, all that stuff's going on. And then ultimately Ghostface stabs Cotton. It's big because Cotton's a big character and like you cared about what happened to him, so that mattered. But ultimately it pales in comparison to
The only good thing that happened in that scene is that Scott Stapp got hurt. You got What If.
And you got What If in
for
there.
a second. And that was it. And then the rest of it's garbage. It's whatever. Moving on, the last goddamn opening is Scream 4.
And it's actually bad.
Yeah, it's terrible.
What they tried to do was just, to me, it was corny. You had this, basically The Hills from MTV. Terrible 2 girls that open it up, and then Scream 7, the girls die. And then you go into, and it's Anna Paquin and Kristen Bell. Kristen Bell,
yeah.
And then they kill each other. And then oh no, that was Scream 6. And then you go into the girl from Friday Night Lights and another girl.
You know what? That's when I first watched this movie, and I hate Scream 4, but I really, that's when I watched it. When I saw the opening, I'm like, are you guys doing a parody of your own fucking movie at this point? Because it really did feel like an SNL, like 100%. When you watch the opening, it felt like an SNL kind of opening, or like a scary movie opening. It didn't feel like a Scream opening. It literally felt like someone trying to make fun of their own shit.
Wow, dude, that's wacky. Like that.
It makes a light bulb go.
That set off something on my brain. Another thing Wes Craven was dealing with, though, that you got to remember when he was doing these movies, not only did he have his own films to contend with when he had to surprise people and do something new, but you also got to remember this is back when not only were the Scream movies already out, but they had also already done Scary Movies, making fun of it. So Scary Movies was like the double meta on top of the meta. So he had to like triple charge the fucking meta. Hadouken scoops.
You ran out of goddamn ideas. Like you ran out of ideas and you were reaching in that fucking well and you're just hitting stone. You're like, it's not got water in it anymore, bitch! Where'd the rain go?
I'm dry!
Where'd the rain go?
I'm so dry!
So I'll keep reaching in this dry well and putting dirt in your face and eat it, bitch. I know you'll like it.
Sandy.
But maybe Scream 5 is going to set the new precedent. Maybe it's going to be above Scream 1. I doubt it. But it could
I doubt
be
it'll be
possible.
above Scream 1, but I think it could be solid. Solid. So solid.
2?
Touch this.
Nope.
Solid.
That's so small.
So solid.
But 2, if it replaces 2, then they did their job.
Yeah.
Like if a Scream 5 opening happens and it replaces 2 in our ranking, it did its job. I mean, because right now it goes in order 1, 2, 3, 4.
What are your all's picks? What are your all's favorite openings to the Scream franchise? Click that fucking subscribe button, and if you're new to the channel, fondle the balls of the bell as well, because that will get you notifications, which will tell you when we do Scream updates, and we talk about the new Scream movie, and you'll get all the fucking news that you need to fucking get, and if you don't do it right fucking now, and click that like button right fucking now, YouTube will banish us from your minds, and you'll never knew we existed, and you'll forget all about this night that we've had together. You'll forget about the special times that we just had. Don't forget. Stay.
Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there.
Open arms and open eyes.
Yeah.